Lecture number 5, Use of the latest achievements of scientific and technical progress in the field of industrial processing of raw materials. We will talk about innovative development of meat processing enterprises and innovative technologies for processing meat raw materials and meat products. Innovative development of meat processing enterprises. The meat industry is one of the most important sectors of the country's agro-industrial complex, providing the population with basic food products. It is not for nothing that the indicator of consumption of meat and meat products containing complete proteins of animal origin is generally recognized in the world as one of the criteria for the well-being of the people. The national economic significance of the meat industry is also expressed in the fact that it has an organizing influence on the development of animal husbandry in the country, setting the task of creating standard beef cattle, overcoming seasonality, developing new cultural forms of trade in meat products that transform life, the production of semi-finished products, finished culinary products, and so on. Meat and the meat products contain the main component of food necessary for the life of the human body. Proteins, fats, also lipids, carbohydrates, minerals, salts, water, and vitamins. Moreover, in the most favorable quantitative and qualitative ratio and in a state easily digestible by the human body. Meat in terms of total protein content, the amount of digestible protein and protein quality, most of all meats that the needs of the human body in terms of nutritional value. And the red muscle proteins of meat are biologically most complete, contain all essential amino acids for human body. The meat also contains a complex of mineral compounds necessary for maintaining the vital activity of the human body in the most effective microdoses for this. The scientific foundation of the process for processing raw materials in order to obtain products necessary for society. The study of technical means for implementing this process and its organization belong to the branch of knowledge called technology. The technological process with the development of science is constantly changing and improving. The tools of labor, methods of processing materials are changing. But the following elements of the technological process remain mandatory: raw materials, labor, and production tools. The joint of efforts of science and production workers made it possible not only to increase the number of sausages produced, but also to significantly expand their range, which currently includes more than 200 items. The production of semi-finished products, daily products from various types of meat, culinary products, and dumpling has also been sharply increased. Innovative development of meat processing enterprises. Gaining and maintaining competitive advantages is a key function of strategic enterprise management. It is especially important to achieve advantages in saturated markets where demand is met by many suppliers. The main prerequisite for the formation of strategic factories of competitive advantage lies in the ability of the enterprise to identify and maintain for a long time its advantage as a manufacturer of goods in comparison with competing suppliers. The result of recent research indicate the priority position of competitiveness in the target system enterprises, which is confirmed by the relation between relative competitive position and market success of the enterprises. There are still few practical studies in this direction, and they are carried out selectively. This is explained in particular by the heterogeneity of objects and the large number of factors in the study, along with methodological problems caused by the insufficient volume of initial data and the lack of evidence for the correctness. Sectoral differences also cause difficulties. Therefore, it seems necessary to determine the circumstances that affect the relationship between the factors of competitiveness of meat processing enterprises and their gaining competitive advantages. Many researchers agree that the strategic factors of competitive advantage are based not on objectively given but on subjectively perceived advantages by the consumer. The basis of success is stable competitiveness advantages, which consist in the best, from the point of view of the buyer, consumer properties of industry. Strategic success factors must be determined primarily in the sales area. Many indicators characterized by researchers as factors of competitiveness relate to the resource and capabilities of an enterprise, but do not have a direct impact on the success or failure of a trademark, as they are obtained as they are oriented directly to the needs of the consumer and therefore cannot help strengthen the brand's position in the market. Outstanding result in the market can be achieved not only through excellent organization of production and optimal use of resource, but through their adequate use. Working on an increasingly saturated market characterized by increasing competition between manufacturers requires the latter to maximize product differentiation more and more fully adapting to the desires of consumers. Most meat processing enterprises were able to establish the production of products of the right quality and at the right price. In parallel, many of them backed up their sales and the marketing effort with brand investment and the large advertising campaign, eventually gaining significant market share. But in order to move forward as dynamically as before due to increased competition, it is necessary to spend a lot of money on maintaining the brand or move on to the next stage of development. A significant expansion of the range, the creation of flexible production, meeting the individual needs of customers, creating innovative products. In a competitive environment, the emergence of innovative product plays a key role in maintaining a company's position in the market. The market for meat products is saturated with proposals that are similar in price and quality, which makes manufacturers reconsider the principle of successful competition, focusing on the release of innovative products. Practice shows that even a minor innovation in any area in the long run can dramatically affect the product and add consumer benefits to it. An example is the innovation of Campomos in the flavor lines of traditional products, sausages with Provence herbs, king nuts, and so on. Sausages in vacuum packaging divided in two equal hermetic parts, perfect pair. When promoting products to the market, the manufacturer must first of all think about how attractive this product will be to the consumer. The consumer market is constantly changing, and companies need to take into account new trends and demands of the mass audience. It is necessary to continuously improve products, replenish their range, and intensify the process of research and development of new type of products. Meat processor need innovations in consumption patterns and technologies that improve the quality of meat products. In this regard, the choice of enterprises between the use and the non-use in the production of soy products is important. In modern conditions, meat processing enterprises must develop new products. Also, innovation increases production costs due to the inability to ensure optimal serialization as well as R&D costs. Change the established production order. In addition, innovation carries a large share of risk due to the fact that not all ideas materialize. That is, they are embodied in a new product. Innovative technologies for processing meat raw materials and meat products. Food production can often be seen as a targeted combination of raw materials properties and process parameters. As an alternative to heat treatment, electric and magnetic fields or pressure can be used to inactivate microorganisms as well as change the structure of the product and create new product options. High pressure processing inactivation of pathogenic and spoilage microorganisms, enzymes, and the viruses is achieved by increasing the pressure at ambient ambient temperature. Processing under pressure of 600 uh, withholding for several minutes provides up to several log cycle of inactivation. Log cycle is the time and temperature requires reduce the number of certain microorganisms by 90%. Which allows to increase the shelf life. In contrast to heat treatment, valuable substances and functional components of the product, such as vitamins, minerals, aromatic substances, as well as the freshness of the product as preserved. Used by more than 70 companies worldwide, high-pressure machining has proven to be economically viable. About 30% of product processed with it meat products, but is also widely used for processing a wide range of fruit, vegetable, and dairy products. The main advantage of this type of treatment are highly energy efficiency and the ability to prevent recontamination by processing already in the final package. Current research is aimed at studying the effect of high pressure on the structure of foods by denaturating their protein contents and gelatinizing starch. in which current research is aimed at studying the effect of high pressure on the structure of foods by denaturing their protein content and gelatinizing starch. In which starch, for example, granule swelling is absorbed at the pressure of 300 megapascal at ambient temperature. At the same time, it has different rheological properties than thermally gelatinized starch and increase the ability to retain water. Thus, the processing of starch under pressure make it possible to obtain the desired structural properties of the product by changing the physical conditions. Pressure can also be used as a technological step in the processing of protein products, for example, to replace the cooking step of meat products or to facilitate such processing. After pressure treatment of sausage meat, the same hardening is observed as during heat treatment. It contrasts to product produced in the traditional way. No UV is absorbed during their processing under pressure, so the yield of finished products is higher. For pickling, low pH formulation are used to act as a barrier of microbiological factors. When using high pressure to inactivate microorganisms and parameters and composition of marinade can be adjusted to obtain optimal product parameters. The development of such innovative technologies expand the toolbox of the food industry by introducing new processing methods in the range of proven conventional technologies. Also, new methods of industrial processing of both meat raw materials and finished meat products include freeze drying, ionizing and infrared irradiation, microwave, and also electrocontact heating. During freeze drying, the product is dehydrated in a frozen form under vacuum. In this case, the ice passes into the vapor state, bypassing the liquid phase. And we also have the drying is carried out in the special installation sublimates, which consist of drying chambers, a refrigeration unit for freezing the product, a vacuum pump, and condenser for removing water vapor. And they can be stored for more than a year at normal temperature. The low moisture content inhibits the development of microorganisms. And here you can find references. And thank you for your attention.